Today's lesson is lesson 5.2, trigonometric ratios and right triangles. The triangle we're going to start out with, I'm going to draw right here. I want you to draw it on your note-taking guide. And I'm going to call this triangle A, B, C. Opposite of angle C is side C, little c. Opposite of B is little b, side B. And opposite of angle A is little a. Angle A is going to be our angle we're focused on right now, and we're going to call that angle theta. Alright, it says hypotenuse is the longest side of the right triangle. So the hypotenuse is right here. Hypotenuse. The side adjacent to the angle theta is going to be B. So this is going to be C. Adjacent means next to, and that would be side B. And then the side opposite of the angle is going to be A. And so sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. And not showing is tangent, but it's on your note-taking guide. It is opposite over adjacent. And those are your trig functions. Okay, so SOHCAHTOA is used to remember this. Okay, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So SOHCAHTOA is a device for remembering your trig ratios. Alright, well, let's look at example 1. Example 1 says to find the value of sine for this triangle. I'm going to draw the triangle here. It's a right triangle. These only work for right triangles. This is side A, or angle A, angle B, and angle C. And this side right here is going to be 18, and this side is going to be 33. Okay? It says to find the value of sine, cosine, and tangent of angle B. So we are focused on this angle B here. So if I'm going to find the sine of angle B, then I need to remember my acronym that is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite of B is 18, and the hypotenuse is 33. Now that will reduce. They're both divisible by 3, and so that would leave me 6/11. You should always reduce your fractions. Okay, we need to do cosine of B. Cosine of B is adjacent. Okay, there is no value there. Adjacent over hypotenuse. And I don't know what the adjacent side is. But this is a right triangle, and therefore I can use Pythagorean theorem to find the missing side. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So over here to the side I'm going to do some computation so that I can find this side that I don't know. I know that this leg is 18. I don't know the other leg. And the hypotenuse is your c squared. And I know that. Okay, if I subtract 18 squared over and take the square root, I would get that b squared is equal to 765. You can put that in your calculator and check. All I did was square 18 and subtract it over 33 squared minus 18 squared. Now I've got to take the square root of that, and so I'm going to need to do the factor tree or something, because that is not a perfect square. When I put it in my calculator I get a decimal, and that's not acceptable. So I'm going to come over here in this little bit of space here I have, and I'm going to do the factor tree for 765, or the factor ladder. I can tell it's divisible by 5, and then after I divide it by 5, I get 153. That's divisible by 3, and I'm left with 51. And that's divisible by 3, and I am left with 17. So a 3 comes out of the rad, leaving the rest under the rad. So I am left with 3 rad 85. Okay, so it's whatever I have left over. I have 17 and 5, 17 and 5, and that's 85. So 3, this missing place that I don't know, this question mark, is 3 rad 85. Okay? Alright, now let's go back to cosine. Now that I've found the missing piece, which is 3 rad 85, I'm going to make that my adjacent. 3 rad 85 over the hypotenuse, which is 33. Okay? And that will reduce. 3 will go into 33, leaving 11. So my answer is rad 85 over 11. Rad 85 over 11. That's my answer. Okay, I still need to find one more. Need to find tangent of B. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, and opposite is 18. I'm kind of running out of room there. 18 over 3 rad 85. We are not allowed to have rads in the denominator. We already know that from Algebra 2 and other classes. So we have to multiply by rad 85 over rad 85 to get rid of the rad. And actually, by the way, this will reduce. 3 will go into 18, leaving 6. So I'm left with 6 rad 85 all over 85. And so that is my other answer. So I have 3 answers here for my 3 trig functions. It's a little bit of a mess. Hopefully you can be a little more organized about that. Alright, next part will be part 2. Be sure and check that on YouTube.